Good afternoon. This is the regularly scheduled Planning and Zoning Committee meeting for Wednesday, July 27th, 2022. The meeting is hereby called to order. Approval of the minutes of our last meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Thank you. I'll second that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the meeting minutes have been approved. We have one rezoning case, and Mr. Gambrell, are you going to read that for us?
I will. Tim Gambrell, I serve as Chief Planner for the City of Birmingham, and this zoning case is the AC 2022-4, located in the Fairview neighborhood. It's an application to change zone district boundaries from R3 single family to mixed use high to allow for a community arts and cultural center. Filed by owner Daryl Jones of the Opportunity Center LLC for property located at 1600 4th Court West, situated in the southwest quarter, section 33, township 17 south, range 3 west, 35208. This is in Council District 8. The proposed use is a community arts and cultural center, and the subject property sits on approximately 1.22 acres of land, currently zoned D3, abutting the subject property to the north, south, east, and west are residential home zone D3. The current zoning D3 is single-family residential and allows, for the listed uses listed here, primarily schools, churches, single-family, parks, that sort of thing. The applicant's proposal is to repurpose the existing building into a community arts and cultural center that focuses on mentoring juvenile offenders. The Opportunity Center for Arts and Culture site will include a 265-seat venue for theatrical performances put on by members of the programs, a large reception lobby, community dining hall, full-size basketball gymnasium. The center will provide opportunities for authentic self-expression, cultural heritage preservation, lifelong learning through personal instruction, daycare, and various nonprofits that target the neighborhood's youth, families, women, and young adults up to 24. The city's adopted long-range land use plan that defines the property as residential low. All of the proposed uses are permitted in the mixed-use high zoning. All the proposed uses of this particular use are allowed mixed-use high. If zoning is approved, variance would be required for the building setback, and parking modification is needed for 19 spaces. The property would also have to be resurveyed into one lot, currently lots 9 through 16. Uses are limited to those allowed in mixed-use high, excluding the following. And so there's a long list here. I know we've talked about this in the past, and we added, the reason we're back here, of course, is because we're adding more of those uses to be excluded. And that list starts with 29. The restaurant, retail, bar, shopping center, upholstery shop, electronics repair, arena, amphitheater, amusement, outdoor, convention center, stadium, trade school. And I believe we're also going to add clinic to that list. It's not listed here. And then the height is going to be limited to the current height of the building that's on site. Of course, landscaping would be required per the zoning ordinance. Stormwater and Birmingham Department of Transportation did not have comments. Neighborhood, Fairview did review this on March 1, 2022, and they voted to approve the request 12-0. I think they're excited about the revitalization potential, improvements, and stability within the community. This property is located within a West Area Framework Plan. The Framework Plan was adopted in May 2017. There is an implementation committee, and it's currently active. They met at a regular scheduled meeting on March 10 and were unanimous in their support of this rezoning. The Zoning Advisory Committee met at a regular scheduled meeting April 19, 2022, and were unanimous in their decision to recommend as well. This committee has met on April 27, and we continued at that time for Q conditions. We met again on May 25 and moved it to the council, but yet here we are again, looking at the Q conditions again. And so you see the Q conditions that were listed the last time. We want to make the additional ones, from 29 down with the addition of clinic, and that would conclude the report.
Thank you, Mr. Gambrell.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the applicant here? Would you like to come up and say anything, or do you want us to just hurry up and take care of this so that you can get moving?
I see it like that, but I just appreciate y'all.
Okay, well, come on up and say hi to us, since you came all this way.
I just want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all for believing in the vision and looking forward to working with everybody.
Okay, and can you state your name for the record?
Darrell Jones.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Our meeting minutes will need your name. Councilor Tate, you said you had some questions?
Good evening, Mr. Jones. I've read, your plans for the use of the building. Very intrigued that you are interested in working with juvenile, offenders. My background, is social justice, and really believe in something, that our youth needs to, need to be involved in. So what are your goals or plans? Like, what type of program will you be offering, those that are impacted by the system, or what's your goal, or who do you plan to partner with when it comes to, making your program work for juveniles?
Well, I already got a couple of friends who had their own nonprofits, and they've been successful for like years now, and they're gonna move their business into the building. And we're gonna kind of like all work together.
What nonprofits are those?
It's on the brochure. IYFL is for like infants and children. I'll be dealing with children from 16 to 24, teaching them the basics, instructing them on how to read tape measures and stuff like that, financial literacy, how to incorporate businesses and work Excel, just showing, find out what they will be interested in and give them a chance to learn the fundamentals and put them in the right position, to do something, the right thing.
Okay. Are you open to nonprofits that work with youths when it comes to like emotional and social learning?
Yes, ma'am.
Because those are the things that I think a lot of people miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Attacking the social and emotional learning, of young people to really veer and steer them in the right direction. If you follow up, with my office, I would be glad to point you into the direction of some mentor programs that I know that are very solid and give very good measurable outcomes with the young people that they work with.
Yes, ma'am, we definitely need that. I need their contact.
Absolutely.
And anything else too, I'm open. Anything that's positive.
Perfect.
Because the building's so huge, it's enough to kind of like cram everything in.
Right.
Because different people might want to do different things.
Right, and we definitely want to be, any type of information that I know, I'll be glad to pass it on. I'm sure Councilor Abbott, her chief of staff, would be glad, any other councils would be glad to pass on information to you to make sure that, because this is a great opportunity for that, the Fairview, the western side of town. So anything that I can do, to make sure that you get the tools and skills you need to run a successful program, don't hesitate to reach out.
I appreciate that. I need your contact.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm happy to see that you're focusing on construction, because heaven knows it's hard to find people to work in construction. So, you'll have a pipeline just. And do you have partnerships with places like Lawson State and?
I've been reaching out to a couple of people, but it's been hard because I do want to offer the GED program too, because a lot of people that don't have the GED program, because it's kind of like a chase, due to everything being shut down. It ain't like it was. You get on the internet and try to Google it and can't get a call back number. But I am open to partnering up with anybody that can to help us out.
And like Build Up Inslee, there's a bunch of people that are trying to help people learn construction skills so that they can get good jobs and
Yes,
get
ma'am.
on the straight and narrow.
I talked to Mark before I actually, when it was just a blueprint, and he told me to reach back out to him, so I'm definitely going to go over there and holler back at him. And anybody else, we need the more the merrier.
I think so. Are we ready?
Yeah, and we'll be, like I said, I'll share my information out with you to reach out and then, just get my staff to get you some people that we can, put you in contact with. Just keep in touch because, I definitely want to see,
I'm definitely going to call you, Ms. Tate. I need your number.
Because this is in Councilor Clark's district, but we 9 and 8 kind of back up, against each other. So, anything we could do to support, I'm like Councilor Abbott, we need more skill training individuals because a lot of people don't want to go to college. So we can get them skills that they need, into journeyman to push forward to enhance their life, then that's awesome. So again, thank you very much for, taking this opportunity to bring this vision to the West Side.
I appreciate it. When God bless it, I'm definitely looking forward to expanding, going to the east and other places.
Maybe by then we'll have a zone district that fits what you're doing instead of having to take everything out of a zone district that it...
And build to that. You're right.
Yeah. So would you like to make a motion?
Yes, ma'am. I make a motion that we advance Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jones' item to the full council for a vote.
I'll second that, with the Q conditions. I know that Mr. Gambrell wants us to be sure and say that. So we're recommending this to the full council, so we'll get it back on the agenda again. This time we'll actually vote. And so I second it. All in favor say aye. 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 So that passes, and y'all have a date. Will it be? It's usually about what? Do we have to publish it again?
So it would be on the council agenda the 7th on the 9th.
9th of August.
Right.
Okay.
Probably be on the agenda for adoption the 30th.
Okay. Well, at least we're moving in the right direction. Thank you very much.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I was going to send an email. Okay. Yeah, so I'll email. You can take this in light.
Okay, and the only other business that we have is those appointments to the ZBA. And I know that Dr. Lee sent them to all of us. And do you want to vote on them today so we can get them into training? Okay, so, well, I need to pull them up. Of the slowest download speeds in this building. Okay, so the proposal before us is that Wanda Wright will be recommended for the vacant Realtor seat previously held by Timothy Taylor. Scotty McClaney will be recommended for, we will recommend Scotty McClaney for the vacant non-affiliated seat previously held by Lennis Perkins. Torrin Darling Brazel will be recommended for the vacant non-affiliated seat previously held by Brandon Littleton. And Shea Hendricks will be recommended to be the second supernumerary on the ZBA. Per the Code of Alabama, they allow us to have two, so we thought it'd be better to have two than one since we've had so many challenges lately with getting a quorum. So I move approval of that slate.
Second the motion.
Okay, it has been moved and properly seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So, now, you have got a full slate of ZBA members. I know that Don Cosper will be cheering about that, and probably a lot of other people too, since we were so short. But, so, you've got all the information on all these people already, correct? Yeah, okay. Well, Dr. Lee has talked to these folks and triple emphasized the fact that it's important to come to the meetings if you say that you want to be on the ZBA. So hopefully, we won't have the same problems we've been having. Okay, and that is, unless you have another item, that's the end of our agenda for today.
I make a motion for adjournment.
I second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we are adjourned.
Thank y'all.